And I'm Phil Houck for Fighting Irish Preview, and the happy numbers for Notre Dame Stadium tonight. Notre Dame 44, UNLV 21, and some milestones for the Irish. First TD of the year in the first quarter. So the Irish got that monkey off their back to this point in the season. They'd only scored 2 field goals in the first quarter. Well, tonight they scored 23 points in the first quarter. And with any kind of luck or any kind of better execution, it could have been 35 points. And the Irish picked up a turnover in the game, so it's a baby step. The Irish only with 2 turnovers coming into this game through six games. Did pick up a turnover. Clarence Lewis had a strip and recovery in the second quarter of the game, so that's a positive for the Irish. And really big in the third quarter, or I should say in the first quarter, where the 2 blocked punts really shifted momentum towards the Irish. 2 blocked punts both by Isaiah Foskey. Foskey showed up, and we called on him to show up online and in our column this week, and that was big tonight. His stat line: 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 blocked punts, 1 quarterback hurry. Isaiah Foskey, yeah, he showed up tonight. Post-game, Foskey credited fall break with his 2 punt blocks. It was fall break for the Irish, so no classes this week. And he said he got those 2 punt blocks mainly because he had a lot more time for film study. Well, I guess that makes some sense. And again, those first quarter punt blocks really gave the Irish a lot of momentum. And so at the end of one, the score was the Irish 23-7. Something that wasn't so great for the Irish. Drew Pine tonight, I thought, for the second straight game, really missing some wide open receivers. And he had 2 more passes tipped at the line of scrimmage. That just can't continue. And, well, it may continue because of the style of play that Pine has. But nonetheless, one of those tip passes did lead to an interception. His stat line: 14 of 28, 205 yards, 2 TDs. One of those TDs was a spectacular one to Michael Mayer from 20 yards out. Upfield, Mayer extended his body, landed in the end zone, and it was truly spectacular. His comment post-game was priceless. He says, I'm not sure if I even saw the ball. I just laid my body out, stuck my hand out, and I caught it. A great catch by him. 6 catches tonight, or this afternoon, 115 yards for Michael Mayer, another big game for the world's greatest college football tight end. Logan Diggs, also a big game, ran like a power back, and after Audric Estime fumbled, unfortunately for him, for the third time this season, Estime didn't get any more carries, but Logan Diggs carried the load the rest of the game. 28 carries, 130 yards tonight, and according to him post-game, and I asked him about it, he said it was his most carries he had since high school, and he confirmed that he would not be feeling all that great tomorrow. When you think about getting in 28 car wrecks, that's kind of what it feels like to carry the ball 28 times in a football game. Also, it's another negative. The Irish gave up a couple of big runs that kept the game closer than it should have been. 74-yard run in the first quarter and 47-yard in the fourth quarter. Both of those led to TDs. Those kind of mistakes have to be corrected. Marcus Freeman, I asked him about that post-game. He called those mistakes critical. He knows that tougher competition is coming, and Notre Dame can't give up plays like that. So the Irish go to 4-3. Next week they travel to Syracuse. Syracuse 6-1 now. They led most of the game against Clemson today. Clemson's who the Irish play in 2 weeks. Clemson's still undefeated, but Clemson Syracuse lost their first game today. They're 6-1. That's going to be, a heck of a challenge for the Irish. And then, of course, in 2 weeks, it'll be Clemson back here at home. Check out FightingIrishPreview.com all week for stories, updates, the great photography of Chad Ryan, and of course the Fighting Irish Preview podcast. So for Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Houck, and that's a wrap.